Okay, fine. So recording started. So good afternoon to all. So let's try to solve few more numericals on IC engines, especially on the heat balance sheet. So I have a problem statement something like this. So this is your what we call it as maybe 10th problem in the that particular problem sheet what I given. It's something like this. A test on a two-stroke engine gave the following results at the full load. Speed 350 rpm, net brake load it is 665 kg, mean effective pressure it's 3 bar, and fuel consumption is 4 kg per hour. Jacket cooling water flow rate is 500 kg per hour. Jacket water temperature at inlet is 20 degrees Celsius. Jacket water temperature at outlet is 40 degrees Celsius. So test room temperature is 20 degrees Celsius and temperature of the exhaust gases is 400 degrees Celsius. So air used per kg of fuel is 32 kg. Cylinder diameter is 22 centimeter. Stroke is 28 centimeter. So effective breakdown diameter is 1 meter. So calorific value of the fuel is 43 megajoules per kg. Mean specific heat of exhaust gases, that is CP. Okay, it is 1 kilojoules per kg degree Kelvin. Okay, these are the quantities we have to find. Find the brake power and indicated power and drop the heat balance sheet for the test in kilowatts and percentage. That is actually, this is nothing but kilojoules per second. See, I told that the heat balance sheet can be drawn in kilowatts or kilojoules per second, kilojoules per minute or kilojoules per hour. So you have to be very careful what they have given. Based upon that, you have to draw the heat balance sheet. So let's try to solve this problem and write the data. Okay. Solution. So what is given actually? It's a two-stroke engine. So n is equal to small n. That is, so capital N speed is equal to here. Small n and capital N both are same. Okay, it is 350 rpm and the weight is 65 kg. So 65 into 9.81. So that is a number of, that is a Newton, 65 into 9.81 newtons. That will be your weight. Then the mean effective pressure. So PM is equal to 3 bar. Fuel consumption, that is mass of fuel, that is 4 kg per hour. Okay. Then mass of water. Okay. This is 500 kg per hour. Okay. Then water inlet temperature, that is TWI. It is 20 degrees Celsius. Water exit temperature, that is TWE, which is 40 degrees Celsius. So that means the water delta T is 40 minus 20, it's 20 degrees Celsius. Okay. T atmospheric or T1 or the inlet actually. So where the air is entering, it's 20 degrees Celsius. And T exhaust. Okay. T exhaust is 400 degree Celsius. Okay. Now what else they are given? They are given the mass of air used, that is m dot A. M dot A is actually, it is 32 kgs. Okay, 32 kgs. So look, air used per kg of fuel, that is MA by MF, that is 32. It is directly they are given the mass of air used per kg of fuel. So it is 32 mass flow rate, that is m dot A by m dot F. Okay. Then the diameter, cylinder diameter, which is 22 centimeters, it is 0.22 meters. Stroke length is 28 centimeter, it is 0.28 meters. So brake drum diameter is 1 meter. So it is R drum. The radius of the drum is actually 1 by 2, that is 0.5 meters. Then CV of the fuel, it's actually 43 megajoules per kg. And CP of the exhaust gases, CP of the gas, it is 1 kilojoules per kg degree Kelvin. So this is what they are given. What you are supposed to find? To find, the first one is indicated power, the second one is the brake power, the third one is you have to draw the heat balance sheet in kilowatts or kilojoules per second. This is what they are asking us to do. So let us try to calculate one by one. So let us try to calculate the first one, indicated power. So indicated power is given by PM, that is mean effective pressure, L into A into N divided by 60. If it is in watts, you want in kilowatts, is it 60 into 10 to the power of 3. So it's a two-stroke engine. Your small n is equal to capital N. Okay, so pressure is mean pressure is actually 3 bar 3 into 10 to the power of 5 into stroke length is 0.28. So cross section area is 5 by 4 into 0.22 square, and speed is directly it is 350 divided by 60 into 10 to the power of 3. If I substitute everything in my calculator, so I am getting around 18.627. So I can round it up to 18.63 kilowatts. Okay, next, brake power. So BP, brake power, it is given by 2 pi NT by 60. So if you want it in kilowatts, this should be 60 into 10 to the power of 3. Okay. What is torque actually? Torque is equal to W into radius. Okay. Directly they are given the difference of the load. So I can write it as 2 into pi into W into radius of the drum divided by 60 into 10 to the power of 3. So let's substitute everything. 2 into pi into N is 350. So your weight is 65 into 9.81. So that is in newtons, into your radius of the drum is 0.5, whole thing divided by 60 into 10 to the power of 3. If I substitute everything, so I am getting around 11.678. So 11.68 kilowatts. So brake power is 11.68 and indicated power is actually 18.63. So both the things are. Now we need to draw the heat balance sheet. This is 11.68 kilowatts. Now let us try to draw the heat balance sheet. One by one calculations we'll try to do. Okay, heat balance sheet in kilowatt basis. That is kilojoules per kg, kilojoules per second. So that's how it is. The first quantity in the heat balance sheet is what is the energy supplied or heat supplied by the fuel. Okay, heat supplied by the fuel. Okay, so this is given by, that is QH, is given by mass of fuel into calorific value of the fuel. Okay, mass of fuel into calorific value. So if you look at it, mass of fuel, if you go and look at it actually, mass of fuel they given it as, it is 4 kg per hour. So 4 kg per hour, actually I need to convert it to kg per second. So 4 divided by 60 into 60. Then I'll be getting in terms of kg per second. Because they are telling that heat balance sheet should be in kilojoules per second or kilowatts. So here mass flow rate has to be in kg per second. So if I want to do the conversion, I should divide it by 60 into 64 by 60 into 60 is 3600 into 43 megajoules. Okay, so if I put 43 10 to the power of 3, so I'll be, so 43 10 to the power of 6 actually. This is 43 megajoules. Okay, so now this will be, if I try to put it over there in the calculator, I'm trying to calculate, I'm getting around 47.8 kilowatts. 47.8 kilowatts. Okay, this is how the energy supplied. Now if you look at the data, see, heat is taken away by two forms. One is there is a cooling water circulating. So I know the mass of cooling water. So I know the Cp of cooling water. I can take 4.187 or 4.2. So and water exit temperature minus water inlet temperature. If I put it, I'll be getting what is the heat taken away by the cooling water or heat loss due to cooling water. That's one data. And second data, you have the exhaust gases. So you have the exhaust gases which is taking away certain amount of heat. So what is the mass of gas? Mass of air plus mass of fuel combined together, because what we are trying to do here actually we are sending the fuel air mixture. Okay, in the cylinder of an IC engine, there is mass of air plus mass of fuel, which forms the gas. So mass of air plus mass of fuel, that's the mass of gas, into Cp of gas, they are given it is 1 kilojoules per kg degree Kelvin, into difference in the exhaust gas temperature. What it is? So they are given the exhaust gas temperature, which is measured at the exhaust pipe, which is 400 degrees Celsius, minus your atmosphere. Where I am trying to exhaust, where trying to exit your or exhaust your gases, I am trying to throw your gases to atmosphere. So with atmosphere is at 20 degrees Celsius. So 400 minus 20. So what I will be getting? I will be getting the heat lost due to exhaust gases. So I keep telling you that there is something called as unaccounted heat. See, whatever the gases which is not taken away, whether not lost in the water, cooling water or exhaust gases or something, those may be due to friction, or maybe some of the heat may be taken away by the whole construction of the body of the engine itself. So those we call it as unaccounted heat. So unaccounted heat will be equal to heat supplied minus heat loss due to cooling water plus heat loss due to exhaust gases. So that is your unaccounted heat. So now you try to put everything in a tabular column, what we did for the first problem, and you will be getting the heat balance sheet. So that's what we are trying to do here. So let's do it actually. So now second thing, heat loss to cooling water. Heat lost to cooling water. Okay, that is QW. So mass of water into Cp of water into exit temperature of the water, that is CWE. So this is TWE minus inlet water temperature. Okay. What is the mass of water? They are telling that it is 500 kg per hour. So I need to convert it to kg per second. So this will be 500 divided by 3600. So let's take 4.2 itself, Cp of water. 4.187 or 4.2. Okay. Into this is exit temperature is 40 and inlet temperature is 20. So this is your heat loss due to cooling water. So I am getting around 11.7.
Sir, it's 400, sir.
Which one? No, not 400. Water. Water temperature. Look at the water temperature. It is 40.
Okay.
Exit temperature of water. See, I have to look at exit temperature of the water. So this is the water temperature. What you are telling 400 is for exhaust gas. Okay, which I am going to do the next one. Next one is heat lost due to exhaust gases. Exhaust gases. Okay, so that is QG, which is equal to mass of gases into Cp of gas divided by T exhaust minus T atmosphere. Okay. Now, what is mass of gas? Mass of gas is equal to mass of air plus mass of fuel. Okay. Now, if you look at it, they have given the mass flow rate. See, they are given the, see, this is actually fuel to air ratio or air to fuel ratio. Doesn't matter. It is actually air to fuel ratio they are given here. Air to fuel ratio. Air to fuel ratio is 32. So if mass of air is equal to 32, what is mass of fuel? Okay, mass of fuel they are given it as 4 kg per hour. Okay, mass of air is equal to 32 times your mass of fuel of this particular thing. So 32 times into that particular, see, it is 4 kg per hour. So the mass flow ratio is they given it as 32. I can easily find mass of air. So which is 32 into 4. Okay, so 32 into 4 if I do, so that is my mass of air. Okay, mass of air. So mass flow ratio actually they are given. So they have given mass of air to mass of fuel as 32. Therefore, mass of air is equal to 32 times your mass of fuel, which is 4 kg per hour. Okay. Now, what will be actually 4 3 12? It is 128. So mass of air is actually it is 128 kg per minute. Okay. Plus mass of fuel is 32. So this will be the number what I am getting. So 128. So that is 140 plus 30. Okay. 130 plus 30. 160. So 160 kg per hour. So okay. 160. So mass of fuel is actually, so mass of fuel is 4. Sorry. Mass of fuel is, it is 4. 128. So mass of fuel is 4. So it is actually 132 kg per hour. This is mass of gas. So I have to substitute this actually. So I have to substitute this over here. So I have to substitute this over here to get my, what is the heat loss due to gas? That is 132. Okay, into what is the Cp of the gas? See, 132, this is in terms of how much it is actually? 132 kg per hour. Okay, 132 kg per hour. So that should be in kg per second. Okay, so that should be in kg per second. So I have to divide it by 3600 into, so it is 1 into 10 to the power of 3. So mass of exhaust gas, see, temperature of the exhaust gas is 400 and your atmospheric temperature is 20. So here the exhaust gas temperature comes into picture. So your heat lost due to exhaust gas, that is Qg is equal to, so I am getting around, if I put into calculator, I am getting around 13.9 kilowatts. So I got what is the heat loss due to water, that is your cooling water, heat loss due to exhaust gases, and what is the heat supplied. So then what I have is actually unaccounted heat. Okay, the D, unaccounted heat, which is mainly because of the difference. So unaccounted heat, that is QUN, is equal to what actually? This is heat supplied, that is QH, minus heat loss due to water plus heat loss due to gases. So if I substitute everything, so on this heat supplied is 47.8. Okay, 47.8 minus, so heat loss due to water is 11.7 plus 13.9. So this comes to around, unaccounted heat, it comes to around 10.52 kilowatts. So now I got all the 4. One is heat supplied, then there is a heat that is getting converted to power, that is BP. Okay, because this brake power, no, this is also heat getting converted to brake power. So if you want to do that, actually heat loss due to brake power, that is 11.68 kilowatts. Okay, then heat loss due to cooling water, heat loss due to exhaust gases, then unaccounted heat. Everything you add up. So one side it is a heat input, another side you have the heat expenditure. So you will get the heat balance sheet. Okay, that's what we have now. So heat balance sheet. Okay, this is my heat balance sheet. This is the heat balance sheet what we have. So we'll put it particulars. So one side we'll have the energy input, other side we'll have the energy expenditure or spent. First thing is heat supplied by the fuel. How much is it actually? It is 47.8. 47.8, which is 100%. Then heat equivalent to BP or brake power. Heat equivalent to brake power, that is heat that is getting converted to brake power, that is the spent energy that is spent, which is 11.68. How to get the percentage of it? 11.68 divided by 47.8 into 100. If you put, I am getting around 24.4. I'm rounding off to 1 decimal or 2 decimal, don't worry about that. Okay, then heat loss due to cooling water. Heat lost to cooling water. So heat loss to cooling water. Cooling water. How much it is? 11.7 kilowatts. So if I write 11.68, 11.78, it's almost same. 11.7 kilowatts. This also will come to around 24.48 or something. So 24.5 by the 0.1% difference. Then heat loss due to exhaust gas. So heat lost to exhaust gases. Exhaust gas. So which is actually 13.9. So I just put it here, 13.9 kilowatts. So this actually I should change it to units. So kilojoules per minute, I should change it to kilowatts. So this is in kilowatts or kilojoules per second. Then it is 13.9. So 13.9 divided by 47.8, I am getting around 29.1%. Round it after 1 decimal. Then the last one, unaccounted heat.
So 22.2.
Unaccounted 20? Which one?
22.2, sir.
Which one? Last one, unaccounted heat. Huh?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine, no problem, no problem. So unaccounted heat, this is by difference. By difference. So difference, if you put it is 10.52. So 10.52. So we will put it as 22.2. Okay. Now you just add up. Maybe you may get 99.99 or 98, something like that. That's all decimal round off error. That means if I try to add up everything total, this side you don't have any problem. 47.8 kilowatts should
So
be equal
actually,
to 100%.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, tell me.
So the unaccounted heat in kilowatt by subtraction, you get 22.2. Actually, you wrote 10.52, but I think there's some the unaccounted heat. When you subtract 47.8,
1 minute.
you get 22.2.
Yes, sir.
So did I divide it by 2? Okay, fine. So it is actually 1 minute, 47.8. So minus 11.7 minus 13.9. Yeah, 22.2. Yes. It's 22.2. So I think I did, I multiplied or something I do. 22.2. So here also it's going to change. So into 22.2 means we'll get a higher number. Yes, 22.2. So divided by 47.8, it comes to around 46.4%. 46.4%. Okay, that's fine, no problem. So maybe some problem with the calculator. So you add up everything, 11.68, 11.7, 13.9, 22.9. So it has to be roughly around 47.78 or something. This also should come to 47.8. And if you add up everything, it may come to around 99.98 and all. This also should add up to 100%.
Sir, it's mismatch.
So this is, how much is it?
It's mismatching, sir. 59.48.
59.48. Why?
Sir, in unaccounted heat, we had BPL, sir.
Oh, BP we missed out, no? Yes. So BP we missed out. sorry, paste BP. So this is, so BP is also there. BP is also there. Yes, yes, correct. So we have to add up the BP. So BP is 11.68. Okay, that is 22.2 minus 11, so 11.68. Okay, 10.52. So I think I did the calculation. I forgot to write it. Yes, it is 10.52. That's correct. It is 10.52. 10.52. Yeah, I think I did it in the calculator, but I forgot to write it. So 10.52. So I'm getting around 22%, 22.0 or 22.0, or 22.0%. No problem. Now, if you add up everything, you'll get 100. Yes, correct. Yeah, BP we missed out. So BP you have to add it. So it's heat loss due to heat equivalent to BP. So here it is in kilowatts. So it is, so 11.68. 11.68. So that's why you'll get it as 10.52. So now it's matching now. Now it's matching. It has to match. 10.52, 13.9, 11.7, 11.68. Add up everything, you have to get 100%. Yeah, so 40, 80, so 88, 90. Okay, 30. Okay, so we're getting around 99 point some change. That's fine. It will match up. Okay, fine. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
So you are getting this value, so fine. So methodology remains the same, maybe numbers wise. So this methodology remains. Let's try to take one more numerical. Okay, I think I put that as a 11th problem, which is not there in the tutorial sheet what I shared. So I'll update that particular tutorial sheet. Okay, so it's very similar to your 9th problem, but the data wise actually it's straightforward. There we have to do a little bit of calculations and all. Here the data is straightforward. So the problem statement is something like this. So in a trial on a single cylinder oil engine working on a dual cycle, the following observations were made. So the compression ratio is 15, oil consumption is 10.2 kg per hour. So the calorific value is 43,890 kilojoules per kg. Then air consumption is 3.8 kg per minute. Speed 1900 rpm. So torque on the breakdown, directly they are giving the torque, which is 186 Newton meter or joules. So quantity of the cooling water used. So it is 15.5 kg per minute. So temperature rise of the cooling water, that is delta T, which is 36 degrees Celsius. So exhaust gas temperature is 410 degrees Celsius. So room temperature is 20 degrees Celsius. So Cp of the exhaust gases is 1.17 kilojoules per kg degree Kelvin. So calculate the brake power, brake specific fuel consumption, brake thermal efficiency, and draw the heat balance sheet on the minute basis. So previous problem it was on the second basis, that's why it was watts actually. Here we have to draw it on the minute basis. Okay, let's try to write the data and solve it. Solution, data. Okay, so what and all they are given? It's a single cylinder engine, so K is equal to 1. Okay, compression ratio, that is RC is equal to 15, and mass flow rate of the fuel is 10.2 kg per hour. Okay, they are given the Cp of the CV of the fuel, actually it is 43,890 kilojoules per kg. So they have given the mass of air consumed, which is 3.8 kg per minute. Okay, and they are given the torque, directly they are given it's the value, so which is equal to 186 Newton meter. So they are given the speed, which is 1000 900 rpm, and they are given the mass flow rate of water. So mass flow rate of the water, quantity of water is 15.5 kg per minute. So everything they are given in terms of minutes, so you have to divide it by 60 to get it in terms of per second actually. Okay, then they are given the temperature rise, that is delta T of the water, which is 36 degree Celsius. Okay, then they are given the exhaust with the gas exhaust temperature, that is TG, it is 410 degrees Celsius. So they are given the atmospheric temperature, so T atmospheric, which is 20 degree Celsius. Cp of the gas, which is 1.17 kilojoules per kg degree Kelvin. So what you are supposed to find? So you are supposed to find, the first thing is brake power, brake specific fuel consumption. The third one is actually the brake thermal efficiency, and the fourth one is the heat balance sheet in minute basis. Okay, these four quantities you are supposed to find. So let's try to find one by one. Let's try to find the BP. It's a straightforward formula, 2 pi nt by 60 into 10 to the power of 3. It's a straightforward formula. First we'll find brake power. That is BP is equal to 2 pi nt by 60 into 10 to the power of 3. So we will get it in kilowatts. So 2 into pi 186 Newton meter. So if they given kilonewton, you have to convert it in Newton. So you have to be careful. Divided by 60 into 10 to the power of 3. If I substitute everything, I am getting roughly around 37 kilowatts. I'll round it up to 36 point something, so 37 kilowatts. Okay, the second one, brake specific fuel consumption. It is BSFC. What it is actually, it is the ratio of brake power. So it's a ratio of, say, mass of fuel, sorry, mass of fuel consumed divided by your brake power. So mass of fuel consumed directly, they are given in terms of minutes actually. So it is 10 point, see, they are given mass flow rate of the fuel actually. So 10.2 kg per hour, directly they are given in terms of kg per hour. So I did not divide it. So because the specific fuel consumption, usually the unit is kg per kilowatt hour. So it is direct substitution, 10.2 divided by 37. Simply if I do, I am getting around 0.276 kg per kilowatt hour. Okay, so now the third one, brake thermal efficiency. The third quantity, brake thermal efficiency, which is actually eta B pH. What it is actually, it is the brake power divided by heat supplied. What is heat supplied actually? It is mass flow rate of the fuel into its calorific value. Okay, here your brake thermal efficiency, I have to look for it. In the numerator, if it is in kilowatts, denominator also should be in kilowatts. So I have to convert that kg per hour to kg per second. So it should be 10.2 divided by 60 into 60, 3600. So you have to be very careful how I am trying to get this value. So here if I want to substitute it, so brake power is actually 37 kilowatts directly. Okay, so that is 37 into 10 to the power of 3. Mass flow rate is actually 10.2 kg per hour divided by 60 into 60 to convert it to kg per second into 43,890 into 10 to the power of 3. Either you can write 10 to the power of 3 in the numerator, denominator, you need not write. So directly it will be kilowatts, they just cancel out. Okay, if I do this, I am getting my thermal efficiency, that is brake thermal efficiency as 29, so 0.2975, that is 29.75 percentage. So all the three quantities they've asked. So brake power, brake specific fuel consumption, brake thermal efficiency is done. Now what we have to do actually? Heat balance. Heat balance sheet. Calculations. Heat balance sheet calculations. One by one you have to do. Okay. The first thing here. Heat supply. Okay. Heat supplied. Which is already there actually. But I want in kilojoules per minute. So here 10.2 divided only 60 I have to do. Because I want that value in kg kilojoules per minute. So heat supplied. So here in minute basis, I want all the values in kilojoules per minute. That's why it is. Heat balance sheet in minute basis. So heat supplied. So heat supplied, that is QH is equal to mass of fuel into kilocalorific value. So mass of fuel actually it is 10.2 kg per hour. I want it in minutes means divided by 60 into 43,890 into 10 to the power of 3. So if I do that, I'll be getting my QH is equal to, so up to, I am getting around 7,461 kilojoules per minute. Okay, 7,461 kilojoules per minute. So this is the heat supplied. Next, second one. Heat equivalent of brake power. Heat equivalent of brake power. That is QBP. So you have your brake power is in, so this is equal to BP into 60. Say brake power is in kilowatts or kilojoules per second. So if I multiply by 60, I'll be getting in kilojoules per minute actually. So this will be 37 into 60. So I'm getting around 2,220 kilojoules per minute. Next, heat carried away by the cooling water. Heat carried away by cooling water. Cooling water. So this is actually QW is equal to mass of water into Cp of water into delta T of water. So in this particular thing, they are given directly the delta T TW, which is 36 degrees Celsius. If you want, see, Cp of water, you can use 4.187 or you can use 4.2, doesn't matter. In the previous problem, we used 4.2. Here, let's use 4.187, it doesn't matter. So both the things are fine actually. So mass of water, they are given it is 15.5. See, 15.5 kg per minute. I need not multiply by 60 or divided by 60. So it is directly 15.5. I will be using it. 15.5 kg per minute, directly it is 15.5. So Cp of water, it is 4.187 into 36. So QW, I am getting around 2,333 kilojoules per minute. Just rounding off actually. You want, you can have a higher number also, round it off to that particular thing. It is 15.5 multiplied by 4.187 into 36. So 2,336, sorry. 336. It is not 333, it is 336.34. Okay. 336 kilojoules per minute. Then what is the next one? Next, you have two more quantities. Heat carried away by the exhaust gas. Heat carried by exhaust gases. Okay, what it is actually? Here it is Q of G is equal to mass of gas into Cp of gas into temperature of the exhaust gas, that is Tg or whatever it may be, minus your T atmosphere. What is mass of gas? It is actually mass of air plus mass of fuel. So 10.2, it is kg per hour. So 10.2 divided by 60, okay, plus mass of fuel. So mass of fuel actually, mass of air is actually how much they are given. If you go and see here, mass of air, they are given it as 3.8 kg per minute directly. So 10.2 divided by 60 plus 3.8. Okay, mass of gas is equal to, see, mass of, let me write it here. So mass of gas is equal to mass of air plus mass of fuel. So mass of air, it is directly they are given it as 3.8, and mass of fuel is actually it is 10.2 divided by 60. If I do that, that is the mass of exhaust gases. 3.8 plus 10.2 divided by 60. So it is 3.97 kg per minute. So let's try to substitute here. This will be 3.97 into, so Cp of exhaust gases. So they given it as 1.17 kilojoules per this thing into 1.187. Either if you put directly 10 to the power of 3, so you'll be getting in joules per minute actually. So kilojoules, kilo directly you're getting. So into, so your T of gas, it is 410 minus 20. So directly you are getting in terms of kilojoules. Okay, 3.17 into 1.17 into, so it is 390. So it is 1811.5. 1811.5 kilojoules per minute. Okay, then what is left out actually? Unaccounted heat. Last one, unaccounted heat. So that is by difference. Okay, that is equal to Q unaccounted, which is equal to mass of heat supplied minus heat due to brake power, heat due to water, heat due taken by the exhaust gas. Add up everything, you will be getting it. So what is this particular thing? Heat supplied is 7461 minus, so heat due to BP is actually 2220 plus heat given by the water is 2336. This is 1811.5. So this is your unaccounted heat. Okay, which is 7461 minus 2220 minus 2336 minus 1811.5. So which is 1094, I think 1093.5. 1093.5 kilojoules per tabular column. Heat balance sheet. This is your heat balance sheet. We'll try to put everything over here. The first thing is actually heat supplied by the fuel. Heat supplied by the fuel, which is 7461 kilojoules per minute, which is 100%. Heat equivalent to BP. Heat equivalent to brake power, which is 2220. So roughly around 29 point some change you will get. So round it up to 29.8%. Okay. Heat taken away by the cooling water. Heat taken away by the cooling water. Okay, so heat taken away the cooling water is, it is actually 2336. 2336. So roughly this comes to around 31 point some 23 or some percentage, round it up to 31.3%. Okay. Then heat taken away by the exhaust gases. You can, if you want, you can write it to 2 decimals or 3 decimals, doesn't matter. So heat taken by exhaust gases. Exhaust gases. Heat taken by exhaust gases, which is 1811.5. 1811.5. So I am getting around 24.3%. So last one, unaccounted heat. Unaccounted heat, which is mainly because of the, this is by difference, So which is around 1093.5, 1093.5. Roughly I'm getting around 14.68 or 67. So this is what I'm getting. So if I try to add it, this will be 7461, which is 100%. If you add up everything, it has to be nearer to 7461, and this should be 100%. So that's how you have to draw the heat balance sheet. Add up everything on the, what is the energy that is spent,